Alright, what's good? Welcome back to another goddamn video. It is mad windy here. There's fucking shit blowing up outside. It's cozy as hell though, I can't lie. Look, anyway, today I wanted to make a video actually about No Man's Sky, right? This is a fucking throwback of a video. You got a little bit of gameplay on the go. You got a little bit of J Dilla Life instrumental in the background. I wanted to look at areas of No Man's Sky which me personally are not all that happy with, and also propose some things for updates or additions or whatever you want to call it. First edition, give me some goddamn waterfalls. I don't know why this is so difficult, but I think it was a leak recently actually, some kid claiming that he, like, I don't know, has an affair with Sean Murray, and he's like plucked all of these fucking leaks out of him when he drugged him up with modafinil and fucking. But yeah, this leak basically said, Hello Games are working on fluid mechanics or dynamic water improvements. Like, it sounds really boring on paper, but like when you go and play No Man's Sky and you look at the state of the water, especially if you've played something like The Forest or even Valheim, Sea of Thieves, there's some damn good water out there, and water is very important, holds our planet together, so it's got to be represented. Even though this seems like the world's dumbest addition to No Man's Sky, like, I'd actually be up for it, even just like a waterfall. Waterfalls are paying, like, they look good. They're good on the eyes, they're very easy to look at, and No Man's Sky is generally quite an easy looking game. You can just look at shit. That's actually the whole point of the game, is to just look at shit. So like, why wouldn't you have more shit to look at? This is where waterfalls just kind of like bust down the door, like starts windmilling, like fucking like spitting on the floor and shit. Alright, another addition, sort out the goddamn center of the galaxy, or just get rid of it, like one or the other. Look, No Man's Sky, it still doesn't have a purpose. There's still no point. I did a stream earlier with a big audience of 12 or 13 people. Cheers for the 12 or 13 people that showed up, though. I do appreciate that. And I think it was like Cake Store or something. Just basically said, look, like, they got to sort out the core, right? There's no point to get into the center of the galaxy, and it's supposed to be like the end game, but there is no end game. It just ends, but then doesn't end. So that's actually more annoying than if it just ended with a black screen, or you got the game refunded or something. And that's the one thing, in my opinion at least, that's completely shitting on No Man's Sky, is the fact that there's still no purpose to anything, unless you're like absolutely insane at building bases or like world wonders, or what did I see the other day, like a caravan. Like, it looks sick, and like I just look at my little 4x4 wooden shack that like I've imported from 2011 Minecraft, and I'm like, first of all, where, right? Second of all, how? Third of all, why? So yeah, unless you're one of them Donnies, what are you gonna be doing? You're not gonna be doing anything. You're gonna be walking around, you're gonna be looking at shit, and that's kind of cool for like 10 hours or so. It's kind of cool if you've just had a massive zoo and you're absolutely off your fucking face. But yeah, other than that, give it a purpose. I was saying in the stream, give it some mad like RNG, like, out of every game which has some dog shit RNG on weapons and armor, like Cyberpunk for example, No Man's Sky, right, it needs it. Okay, if Cyberpunk 2076 can have fucking RNG'd weapons, and that be like 95% of the gameplay, then I'm sure No Man's Sky can do it, considering No Man's Sky is, technically an infinite game. Like, where's the logic without that? It doesn't make sense. Put RNG into multi-tools and give the ability for cosmetics to have armor or some shit. Like, it's not hard. Like, give me a job and I'll come do it, Like, I actually applied for a job at Hello Games, like, when I had the biggest ego in the world during like 2017, 18 MZK. Fucking, they never replied to me, but I had no experience, and I was like, nah, I'm MZK and I can do what I want, so I just applied for a job with GCSEs, and that was it. To conclude, No Man's Sky needs updates, right? That I actually think that's a quote by Gandhi, I think, Mahatma Gandhi, or Dostoevsky, one of them. Hello Games, I'm looking at you, get on it. Cheers for watching, guys. I'll catch you next one.